Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Adishakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Parayantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome everyone sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, hundreds of Adinavasis channels, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Today's webinar is all about Sanyas. Royal way to Sadashivatva. Let me explain some of the fundamental tattva, units of life. Yesterday we were having beautiful discussion. I had a small drive yesterday with some of my Adinavasis and Sanyasis, and we were having a discussion, and discussion turned out to be very strong on Tattvas. She was explaining, the Sanyasi was sitting in the vehicle, she was telling that these 24 Tattvas are all very boring, Swamiji. I am not able to understand from the books I read. See, the explanation I gave for her yesterday is very relevant to the subject today we are going to understand. So I am repeating, listen. Tattva means unit of existence. Listen carefully. Like kilogram. That's a unit of measuring weight. Gram, milligram, kilogram. Same way, milliliter, liter, kiloliter. Sorry, I think liter is the kiloliter. Milliliter, liter. That's a unit of measuring a liquid. Centimeter, meter. That's a unit of measuring length, like a clothes. Understand how various measurements are done using various units. These 24 tattvas, actually to be precise, it is 36. In Agama it is 36, not 24. These 36 tattvas are the units of the cosmos. Listen. Units of the cosmos. These units are the method through which the experience of the existence is measured. Listen carefully. I was giving her an example. If you are allergic for counting, you see a picture, if there are 50 houses in that, you will never count and record, you will just see and then jump to next other thought currents or something else. But if you are a person interested in counting, the moment you see the picture, automatically your mind will count and record it. When I was explaining this to her, we were passing by a hoarding. I said, just look how many seconds I am getting to see this hoarding. Maybe maximum 2 or 3 seconds. I said, 16, 16. 2 row houses are there, count and see. Listen carefully. When you are not interested in unit, you will not allow that fact to be registered in you and that fact to become useful cognition, knowledge in your life. If you allow understanding about the units, Tattvas, you will allow that plain existences, facts, informations to become your cognition, and your life will be naturally richer, better, greater, useful for you and for others. Allergic to Tattvas is not going to work. I'll explain. She was asking, then is the integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, these 4 Tattvas, like this there are 32 more. I said, no, this whole thing is only one Tattva. Integrity. Integrity is only one Tattva. Listen carefully. Now I am defining. The quantity of the oneness oozing out in your biomemory and muscle memory is measured with the unit called integrity. Listen. The quantity of oneness oozing out from consciousness to your body and mind means amount of life getting infused into your body and mind from consciousness is measured with the unit called integrity. Listen carefully. When first person, you, I, gets more and more infused with integrity, it is called authenticity. When the integrity is manifested towards the second person, people who are in front of you, that is called responsibility. When that same integrity becomes lifestyle for the third persons in your life, everyone, that is called enriching. Listen. The unit of consciousness oozing out into your body and mind as oneness is measured with the unit Tattva called integrity. What I am talking is the physics of the physics. Physics of the physics. Listen carefully. Integrity. I'll repeat once more because I know it is going above the head. See, all of us have the same consciousness Sadashiva has. How much of our consciousness penetrates into our body and mind, oozes out into our body and mind, operates through our body and mind, that's all matters. If more unit of consciousness operates through our body and mind, we are more conscious, more energetic, more powerful, more closer to Sadashivatva. That's all. Listen carefully. So the unit of consciousness penetrating, oozing out, manifesting, expressing in the body and mind is called integrity. Integrity is the unit with which we measure what amount of oneness, consciousness is oozing out into your body and mind. If you are more integrated comfortably, you are more conscious. If you are less integrated, you are less conscious. If you are more integrated, your body and mind is more conscious. It is radiating more consciousness, manifesting more consciousness, manifesting more Sadashivatva. That's all. I, the first person. Listen. I, the first person. If he starts radiating integrity, if he starts expressing integrity, that is called authenticity. If the integrity is manifesting with the second person, you, it is called responsibility. If the integrity is manifesting with the third person, they, it is called enriching. That's all. Listen. Integrity is the unit of consciousness oozing out in the form of oneness. The state of Sadashiva in your body and mind. Listen carefully. Now I am going to define Sanyas. For that you need to understand this. Integrity is the unit of oneness. The state of Sadashivatva manifesting in your body and mind. It is not always necessary. If you are integrated, you have to manifest powers. No. If you are integrated, you have to manifest powers. No. Listen. Listen. You can become completely integrated, but eat that plastic pizza, you will never be able to levitate. You can be in highest integrity. Plastic pizza is enough. As I told you a few days before, I can lift not 100 kg fellow, I can lift even 500 kg guy just by a look, levitating his system. I cannot lift even 5 milligram toxin sitting in his body. It is very grounded. Listen carefully. Integrity is the unit to measure the amount of oneness oozing out through your body-mind. Sannyas is the unit to measure the amount of state, space, powers of Sadashivatva manifesting in your body and mind. An integrated person may have state, may not have space and powers. It is not necessary all beings achieved the state of Sadashivatva, manifested powers of Sadashivatva. No. There were many who relaxed in the state of Sadashivatva and decided, enough. I am full. Why unnecessarily bothering about anything else? It is very few decide to manifest the space and powers to tell you the possibility. The risk is the guys who come out and tell you the possibility has to face the wrath of the guys who are declaring impossibility. I am declaring possibility. So even for atheists, I have to design a method to make it possible. They are declaring impossibility. Even for incarnation, they will have to do something to establish that it is impossible. Fortunately, for the sake of Sadashiva, I am going to win. I should say what is going to. Already I won. The moment, understand, the moment I was able to initiate few hundred of my kids and create this Gurukul, I am done. I have done. I already established at least 1,000 spiritual umbilical cord connection. Intensely, listen to this statement. Intensely I have established already, even if this body is not operating from my original space, I can operate those spiritual umbilical cords and go on infusing and manifesting the complete Sadashivatva as I want. Good news for humanity and bad news for atheists. I have done my job. I have done my job. More days my body is allowed to be operated, more work I will be doing, that's all. The fundamental work I am supposed to do, I have done. And the people who are established in spiritual umbilical cord connection with me, I have put them in such remote, different corners of the world, you can't hunt and destroy all of them. It is not that it's all eggs are in the same basket. No. I have done my job very brilliantly. listen now. In the 36 units of measuring existence, integrity is the first unit. Then comes Teja. Teja means the light particle through which this whole existence is pinned. The fabric of the existence, light, Teja, is a second unit. Maybe I'll take little time in next few satsangs and explain these 36 Tattvas as per Agama. It is one of the most royal secret. If you understand these 36 Tattvas, everything available in the planet Earth, universe and beyond, you will be able to understand, especially this whole electronics. The whole electronics is only one measurement of Teja. Teja operating in linear is electronic. Teja operating in depth is electric. Teja operating in linear is electronic. Teja operating in depth is electric. Understand? You may be shocked. That's my job. Teja operating in breath, heart, is perception. Maybe I'll take few satsangs and explain these fundamental units of existence. Now let me come to the straight conclusions. Integrity is the first unit of these 36 units to measure the existence of cosmos. Sannyas is the last unit to measure most supreme experience of universe, the ability to be in the state, ability to manifest the space from the pure state, and ability to manifest powers from the pure state and space. Understand? People come and ask me, can't I get enlightened without sannyas? I tell them very clearly, yes, try. I say, yes, why not? Try. People come and ask me, can't I get liberation without Guru? I say, why not? Try. Listen. People put a question. Atma Priya sent a question. She's saying, one of my YouTube friends has posted these questions. It is Nayanmars attained mukti. Most of them were not Sanyasis. Also millions upon millions of Sanyasis perished without achieving anything. I'll give you an example. Oh, many people by swimming across reached the other country, and my friend who went by flight, the flight got into accident and died without reaching the other country. Question is very logical. How many swam and crossed? How many every day go by flight? Come on. How many reached by swimming? How many died by flying? You can always give example for this and for that. Now, how many reached by swimming? How many died by flying? Appu, cheppu. Hey, whatever is said and done, even if few accidents happen, flying is a science. Whatever is said and done, even by accident one person reaches the other shore, swimming is not a system. Understand, exemptions cannot question the system, it only strengthens the system. How many Nayanmars? 63, 63. Your number is only 63. Understand. Rare failures cannot question the system. Somebody makes a rava kesari in such a way it cannot be measured in kg, it has to be measured only in liter. Does not mean the measurement of kesari is liter. It is an assumption. Reason maybe they have taken little more kadka podi. Mistakes and assumptions and accidents are extraordinary happenings, cannot disprove the system. Understand? Yes, by walking, literally you can reach from Rameswaram to London. Yes, by walking it is possible technically. Practically? Actually, technically, from London to Kuala Lumpur you can walk. See the map? Technically, from London to Kuala Lumpur you can walk. Technically. But how many are successful? So technically, even without sannyas, you can get enlightened. You can manifest Sadashivatva. Technically. I am not saying the only way. I am only using the word royal way. I don't want to waste time. I wanted to straight away tell you something. See, just like a spring, even if you suppress, the moment the weight is removed, the force is removed, it comes back to the original state, its original state. Same way, there is some pulling spring inside you. If it is pulled by the weight, it's there. If the moment weight is removed, it just pulls itself back to your original state, by its original state. That's what I call pulling string. As per the original state of the pulling string, all of us are sannyasis. That is why even by the drop of the hat, you feel, why all this? Let's run away. Any withdrawal is nothing but the original state of sannyas, may be practiced sometimes in right way or wrong way, but the state and its original pulling string, the spring, by its nature, Sanyasi. Understand? The right practice of that state is sannyas. Slow practice of that state is grihastha. Wrong practice of that state is atheist. Understand? Right practice of our original state is sannyas. Means without diluting the state, making it into a space and manifesting it into powers. During certain period of your life, please understand, when milk is becoming ghee, in that journey, during the period when milk is becoming curd, that period, nobody should touch it, it should not be moved, it should be just left. I am not saying it should be left throughout the period, no, but certain period. Same way, anybody who has to manifest Sadashivatva, certain period, you need to be left untouched. Your body and mind need to be left untouched. Without even remembering in your inner space, your life is committed to somebody. Your life as another reflection or a responsibility. You need to respond for some fundamental commitment to somebody. Understand? I am not saying the whole Sadashivatva period you need to be left like that. No. But certain period you need to be left physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally with the clarity there is no other relationship other than Guru. You don't need to react, respond to anybody else, anything else other than Guru's presence in the life. Understand? Because of that fundamental requirement only, still Sanyas tradition, the Vedic fellows are not able to break. Sanyas is Shivite. Vedic fellows have always tried to break it. Actually, Daksha secretly enjoyed when Sati eloped with Sadashiva, thinking that he broke the Sanyas of Sadashiva. Fool was shocked when he realized he lost Sati, but Sadashiva's Sanyas is not broken. Dakshas always tried to break the Sanyas life, Sanyas tradition. Shaivites always kept it alive. Understand? Anybody who reached the other shore, Sadashivatva, even if they were grihasthas, they understand the need for certain period to be literally living as sannyasis. They are not able to deny the importance and need. And I tell you, not to make anybody powerless, I have to give the cosmic legal opinion. At certain period of your life, before the curd gets churned, when the milk is becoming curd, it needs to be left untouched, unmoved, unshaken. Then all shaking, once it becomes curd, all the shaking, churning, everything only brings the butter out. But during the period, it becoming curd, milk becoming curd, you just need to drop few drops of curd and leave it. Means drop the initiation and leave it. That milk assumes the form of the pot and does not relate with anything other than the pot. Same way, when the initiation is dropped into you, you need to be left just to be one with the pot, the Guru, who molds you. Other than that pot, Guru, you should not respond, relate, react to anything till the milk becomes curd. Then after that, any churning happens in the curd only brings the butter out. It is an incarnation's words become constitution of cosmos. With that responsibility, I am telling you, in the modern Kali Yuga, at least for certain period, some duration of your life, sannyas is mandatory if you want to manifest Sadashivatva. Understand, I am not saying whole life you have to be sannyasi. And I am not saying whole life you don't need to be sannyasi. If you can be sannyasi whole life, great, enjoy, celebrate. You got business class ticket, free. Just sit back and relax. The seat belt. Understand? At least certain period when that milk is becoming curd, sannyas is mandatory, especially if you want the body and mind to be prepared to manifest the powers from the original pure state. From the original pure state. Understand? No mincing words. When I said sannyas now, in this webinar, nowhere I want you to give my earlier different interpretations and definitions of sannyas. Here, today, when I am talking about sannyas, I am very clear. I am defining it physically maintaining Brahmacharya. Do not try to give your earlier interpretation. See, when somebody I need to console, I say it's okay. Even if you are unclutching every day, it is equivalent to sannyas, don't worry. Don't try to bring that interpretation here. No, Swamiji has said I am already a sannyasi. Yes. So technically, you can walk from London to Los Angeles. Actually, if you go to the pole and walk from London to Los Angeles, you can reach by walk technically. Yes, there are few people who try to reach London to Los Angeles by flight, died. So you can say, oh, people went by flight, died. And there's a great achiever who really walked and reached from London to Los Angeles. So because of that, you are going to try walking? Try. Try. All the best from me. Only if all the best comes from me, it is even possible. Understand. how many ever questions, doubts, incompletions, impossibilities, fears, guilt, resistance, tiredness, boredom you may manifest towards the idea of sannyas, if you want Sadashivatva as the first priority in your life during certain period of your life, especially when the milk becoming curd. I should say, if I have to describe that moment when integrity becoming enriching, during that state, integrity becoming enriching, you need to be left physically, mentally untouched and undemanded and not necessary to respond even as per the integrity declaration of your existence other than the Guru Vak. You need to be left in that kind of a Vatavarana with initiation for some time being. I am also looking at the acceptance from Shastras to give this experience for 3 Rutu, 3 seasons. Still I have not got the Shastra reference. Just for 3 seasons. Actually, 3 Rutu is enough for the milk to become curd. Then after that any churning goes on will only bring the butter out of the curd. It will not be disturbing. If I get the Shastra Sammada by next year, I am looking at providing an opportunity for anybody who wants to explore at least for a few months. Of course, the Bhautika Brahmacharya is allowed. Shastras allow the Bhautika Brahmacharya to be explored for few months or few weeks or even few days or few years. I am looking at some Shastra Sammada, even if the Sannyas is allowed, only during that milk curd period. If I get the Shastra Sammada, I'll get back to you. If I get the Agama Vagya, I'll get back to you. Understand how much ever we may scream it is right or wrong, how much ever we may say it is unfair or fair. Sun rises in the east, sannyas is must. For Sadashivatva, especially to prepare the nervous system, understand? See, when there is a need, consciously agreed demand to respond to another one person, your nervous system goes through certain regular anxiety attack. It is like a cloth being beaten every day. The cloth which is beaten every day, you can't expect it to get strengthened every day. So for certain period, existentially, socially and integrity wise, you need to be left with just the part which is shaping you, the Guru, without any other commitment, without any other need to respond. That space where physically you live Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, Satya, Steya, Parigraha, the Sannyas is required for Sadashivatva. Understand? It is the royal path. What is royal path? No traffic, no problems, no signals, no ups and downs. Even when the title was given, they were saying, let's have royal path, not royal way. I said, no. Path means on the ground. Way means it can be anything. On the ground means many restrictions, speed, ups and downs. Way means it's way beyond the path. Sannyas is necessary, mandatory, if you are serious about Sadashivatva, at least for that certain period where your cognition is cognizing integrity and practicing authenticity, responsibility and enriching. At least during that period, it is required, mandatory. So essence of today's Satsang, Sanyas, Rajamargam, Rajamargam. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Shaivam, Sadashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.